Facebook's parent company, Meta, released a new social media platform overnight that some are calling a Twitter killer. It's called Threads, and it links to your Instagram account. Mark Zuckerberg is saying that 10 million people signed up in just the first 7 hours. It's a complete knockoff of Twitter. I mean, all the buttons and the functions are the same.
And now Twitter is threatening legal action. It's accusing Meta of stealing its trade secrets and its intellectual property.
Firstly, Twitter was perfect. It used to be my favorite social media app. I downloaded it way back in 2015, and I've progressively seen it get worse. It used to be funny, lighthearted, simple, and it got super sensitive, and people would get suspended left and right for no real reason. So when Elon Musk said he was purchasing it, I said, finally, glory days back soon. I was so wrong.
We are following breaking news. Twitter has been sold.
Of the 8,000 workers employed when he took over the company, just 1,500 remain.
Elon Musk carried a kitchen sink into Twitter HQ this week, tweeting, "Let that sink in."
So you didn't actually want to purchase it, even when you said you were going.
Well, not at that price.
It's not as useful as it was before. Far from it. It's basically trash.
I can tell you, I'm not the CEO of Twitter. My dog is the CEO of Twitter.
Okay.
Not only feature-wise is Twitter worse, but culturally it's worse. It reminds me of Call of Duty. Is Call of Duty a bad game, or does the community just suck? It's the same with Twitter, because in every aspect it's worse. I do think it's the features, but I do just think it's the culture of it nowadays. First of all, it's more racist than ever. There's more brutality and violence than ever. On my recommended to me For You page, every time that I check it, I'm like, this is not for me. There's always such a gender divide on topics nowadays. What's classed as black Twitter still is funny, it still has its moments, but some of the topics on there are repetitive, pointless, draining, delusional. Sometimes I read it and be like, maybe I do understand the racism. But for real, the racism on there, it seems like this is the new app of choice. I'm not sure, I never was on 4chan or anything like that, but it seems like a lot of people have migrated over here. Every time you see a black person commit any crime, any single crime, if you check the mentions and the quotes and the replies and everything, all you'll see is usual suspects and things of that nature. If you see a black guy with a white woman, it'll be, here's how it'll go. In the quotes, it'll be black women. And in the responses, in the replies, it'll be white guys talking about toll will be paid soon or something like that. I didn't even know what toll paid meant for the longest. I looked, apparently it's like they're gonna end up single mothers or end up being hit and beaten and things like that. And that's every single time. You can count on that every single time. I feel like everyone in society is just more divided than ever, which causes for a worse social media experience across the board. The contrast of opinions doesn't make for better, more engaging conversations because no one wants to hear the other side. It's just a bunch of like extremism going on both sides. And sometimes I understand not wanting to hear the other side because sometimes the other side is just that fucking stupid. I say all this to say, in every aspect, Twitter is shit now. So I'm not mad about a competitor popping up. But the competition is shit too! Threads is ass! I see people talking about, yo, it's the move, yo, it's not too bad. No, it's, yo, they like, yo, all it needs is a following timeline. No, it sucks! First of all, no titties, right? Sometimes I get tired of all the whoring that goes on Twitter, but every now and then, I mean, it's a little something. What's the problem? Just the option, at least. But this super curated timeline that I have zero control over is awful. I logged in for the first time. I saw the conversations talking about dinner with Jay-Z or 500k. I'm seeing complex articles, TMZ articles. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but my whole timeline was saying Twitter sucks, saying how it's compared to Twitter Thread. I'm like, brother, the app just released 10 minutes ago. There's no DMs. I don't want a super limited, basic, stripped down version of Twitter that had a timeline that only shows me what it wants me to see. Plus, I don't want to see a bunch of what a bunch of Instagram users have to say. So Thread sucks too. Twitter sucks too. I feel like all the social media apps currently suck. I feel like YouTube's the only good one. I think if you consider YouTube a social media app, then I can think YouTube is the only one left. I feel like all of the other apps, they've had their run. You know, they were fun while they lasted, and just, it's over now. I don't want to interact with any of these. I don't want to interact with Twitter, with Instagram, definitely not Facebook, no TikTok. I'm just good on all of that moving forward. I think it's time to break the social media addiction and just let go.